this time. There we go. I'm Brian, aka Glitch. Obviously, I had my own glitch, but I'm your friendly host for this channel. And what we do is we go over geekery. And this is our Glitch Bits. And it's part of our Vlogmas 2020. And if you're curious what Vlogmas 2020 is, we've got a whole episode on it on day one. So you can go back and look at our playlist and kind of see that. But basically, it's just a way for us content creators to bring you something every day in December, at least through Christmas, but I plan on going all of the days of December. And just gets us to do a little bit better job and keep upping our game. For me, I've been talking about doing glitch bits, which are just little 5 to 10 minute bite-sized bits of technology this whole time, and I hadn't been doing it, so this helped spur me to do it. Now, if you are curious, we do our live Q&As, and you can sign up for our page. In fact, if you're on YouTube, come on over to Facebook and check us out there if you'd like. Otherwise, if you're on Facebook, then please come over and subscribe and like us on YouTube. You can go to that link, and it'll take you to our channel. Or you can hover over that link right over there with your handy-dandy iPhone if you're on your computer, and it'll say, hey, do you want to go there? And click that, and then click subscribe, and you will, or ring the bell, as they say, and that will let you know when we're going live. But we plan on doing a happy hour later today, and we'll talk on that too. But with our live Q&As, that's where you can ask those questions, and we'll answer them live on the air on anything geekery. We talk about computer security. We talk about computers, Macs, iPhones, Apple Watch. If you go back a few of our stuff, you'll see we talked on the exposure triangle. So when it comes to photography and videography, I'm a certified professional photographer, but I'm also a certified IT guy. So basically, if it has electronics, I probably have a way to help it or make it work better for you or explain it. So feel free to come in on those and ask those questions anytime. But for today, we're going to do our bit. And our bit is going to be talking about cable management. And, basically cable labeling and all sorts of different technologies there. So one quick tip that I always like to say is you can always buy Velcro. And if you get Velcro, don't have to get it in black. This is just happened to be what I had handy quickly. But a lot of times you can go online and find it in blue and red and different colors like that. So one way would be to wrap the different cables you like with different colors. So maybe you use black for your HDMI cables, red for your USB cables, blue for another. But if it's a light color, if you are able to get those oranges, reds, and blues, that means you can take your also handy dandy Sharpie and write on there what they do, like main camera or Yeti mic, and you can do those. And that's really handy because then if the cable gets off from it, that's one way to have it always labeled. Another trick, it's not much of a trick, but it involves your Dymo label printer or any label printer. If you hit this button, it cuts. Some of them have auto cutting, so you'll want to turn that off for this trick. But what you could do is just hit print, and it will print whatever you type in there. And we'll have mine print out here. And then if I hit print again, don't cut it, but hit print again. Oh, and I ran out of ink. Or not ink, I ran out of paper, of course. But basically, what you'd end up with, right now you can kind of see on there where it says main camera. But you see how there's a little bit of space? And then it would have started the next one. Well, by having two, it means I could then take it and wrap it on the cable. So in this case, if it was this cable, I would open it up. So it says main camera, take it, and then wrap it on there and wrap the main camera, the second print across the back here. And it would just be on this cable like that. And it would just come around the back, and you would have it labeled main camera on both sides. So it's not much of a hack. And sorry, I ran out of. I really should have. I did a test before and then screwed up because I was just typing stupid stuff, and I ran out of my paper. And who knows where it's at? I'm not going to run off screen to go get that. But it's just a quick tip. Instead of cutting it, because some people will try to wrap their cable going this way. This way. It's a network engineer thing where you wrap sometimes your cable this way. And what happens is then if I wrap it this way or just put one label on it, this going in that direction, it'll peel off usually, and it's hard to read. So I just make it a flag. Like I said, I just peel that off, do it that way, and then it's a flag. So you can imagine if it said main camera on both sides now from doing that. So not much of a tip there, but it does work. The other thing you can do is the same type of trick with something called gaff tape. Gaff tape comes in different colors and different thickness. You can get a wide one. I normally use a thick black one, but I use this to mark, where my people should stand, or for myself if I need to have something there. But it equally works as a good cable label, because I can take it, wrap it on there, do that same trick where I wrap it, then cut it like a flag, and now I can label it, or I can use it to hold. And that's the other fun thing is if you put it right, you can now use it to hold and grab quickly. So you just take your marker and write, in this case, GoPro. This is one of my GoPro cables, so GoPro. Of course, I wrote terribly on there, but you can kind of see it. I just wrote GoPro. On the other side, I could write USB-C and get that on there. Sorry for the dogs going crazy upstairs. But that's a quick tip on what you can do with these and a little bit of gaff tape. The other thing is, nowadays there's a lot of plastic twist ties. Well, instead of a plastic twist tie, I've been or heard before that you can take these types of tags and wrap them on a cable. You do have to be a little careful because this can be abrasive. Nowadays they're made from a more flexy material. They used to be a lot harder, and they have that kind of teeth in there that you got to be a little bit careful on depending on the cable. But you can write on this side. I stole this from my bagels. But if I take it and put that over the cable, in this case we'll use the same one. So I take it, turn it sideways, and put it on there. Now I've got a nice way to label that cable too with different colors. I can put tape coming off of this. I just have to be careful that the size of the cable, the bigger the cable, the more likely it is to grab. I just have to make sure this isn't going to be sharp and cut into the cable. That's my only concern on those ones. You could put a little piece of tape on there. There's lots of stuff, but this makes a nice, and you can hold it. Same type of thing, or you can put your gaff tape off of that. And that's a nice, fun way to do that type of cable management. Another simple, quick tip that you've probably seen on the internet involves binder clips. You can easily get binder clips in different colors. And the right thickness, you can wrap them on there without damaging your cable if it's the right size. And you can use different colors and label them. That's one way. The other cool thing you can do, if it is the right size, see there's no marking on there, is you can stick these through, pull them up, and now if you were to clip this onto a desk or something like that, it will stop your cables from falling off the desk. So if that's on there, you can still pull through it at any time. I can pull this cable through. You can kind of see it there. I just keep pulling. But now it won't fall off my desk. So if this was clipped on the back side of my desk, come this way, it will never fall off. Because it can't fall through there. Unless it got pulled way forward. But you can also just put a piece of tape right there and stop that. And it's a nice, simple, of course I'm clamping my finger down way to keep your cables organized. And you can use different colored clips on your desk. And so you can add a little flare and color flare. Maybe you want a pink, purple, yellow, orange clip for each important thing. This is my monitor cable. This is my, keyboard cable. Any number of, this is my hard drive one. And if you have a binder clip for each one, you don't have to go hunting for that cable. It's now coming down and down your desk. They do make organizers that you can do and put on your desk that way, but if you want to do it on the cheap or you want to do something else, that's one way to label them too and to control them from falling down. There's lots of different tips and tricks out there. I would love to hear you guys' tips and tricks for cable management. And and cable labeling for the most part. And again, let us know. We want to hear what you have and your tip for it. We'll add that into a bigger Q&A one. Maybe sometime we'll talk about different ways to wrap your cables, because some cables should not be crunched. They have glass in them, like fiber optic cables. That's a good way to kill them. And if certain audio equipment uses that same type, there's fiber optic HDMI cables. Not your normal HDMI cables. They can still be wrapped that way. But I always find the less tension you put on certain types, the less likely for breakage in the line. So that's why I wrap mine a certain way, and I'll show you guys how we do that. But that'll be on another glitch bit. Today we want to keep this to 10 minutes, and I'm already going over, but there was a lot to cover. But please, please, please let us know your tip. Come like and subscribe. But let's talk about, for later today, we're going to have our happy hour. And that's where I'm going to geek out on 3 to 4 different beers, craft beers, and talk about them and the intricacies and how they taste in different parts. And that's part of our Glitch Happy Hour. That'll be at 5 o'clock today. I'll be posting it right after this, and so you can sign up and get reminded when I go live. But I'm a big fan of Iowa Craft Beer, and I have my Iowa Craft Beer Advent Calendar, which is all the beers, and it's day 6. So why not open up day 6 so that can be on the live later today, so it's got enough time to chill. Let's see what we have in here. If I can get it out. I should almost get tongs for this. And it fell. Bad shaken up beer. All right. Ooh, we have the, it'll focus, the Honey Luna. Honey Amarillo Double India Pale Ale, Double IPA at 8% ABV. Maybe we will only be doing 3 beers later instead of 4. But pour yourself a pint of this delectable nectar and have yourself a happy Honey Luna. Our big and bold IPA is dripping with locally sourced wild clover honey. Nice. Tenaciously dry hopped with Amarillo and Cascade, Honey Luna Double IPA delivers a bright lemon, orange, and grapefruit flavors. When poured, this golden beer bubbles with a frothy white head from the added wheat. Don't even get me started on the deliciously dry finish. Just take the honey and run. This is from No Coast Beer in Oskaloosa, Iowa. And or No Coast Beer Company. They make some really great stuff. I always enjoy. They make one, if I remember right, it's called Yoga Poser, and that one's really good. But and they have a nice middle festo that we'll talk about in the beer show later. So if you want to, I'd love for you to come and join that when we go live later. But we went over. It was fun, though. Hopefully you found these tips, really, really useful. And if not, go back and catch some of our other tips if you did or didn't find them useful, because maybe the other tips will be useful to you. And let us know what you want to learn, and we'll get that into a glitch bit too. So feel free to comment, even if we're not live, and we'll get that for the next one. Thanks for stopping out, and I'll see you guys later today or tomorrow. Bye.